Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
As usual, I forgot to unmute the mic. Bud Files, Camille, it's your boy Maas, and it's Thursday. And before I go any further, I have to thank the ladies for coming on the show last night. They made the show. The show was great, lots of engagement, even though some of the things that they were saying were faulty, and they thought they were right. But it was a good conversation. I learned some things. And hopefully they learn some things as well. Because women really think that they know men. Even when men tell y'all what they want, you still want to tell the man what you think he wants. But that wasn't the conversation. And I have to thank the ladies for last night. Now, got to give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, another sunrise, another sunset, another chance to tell the people that you love them. Got to give thanks to the Most High for that. With that being said, tonight's show is about what happened in April. And what happened in April was 106,000 black African American FABs, whatever designation that you call yourself. 106,000 women lost their jobs in April. These were in all fields in society. And there isn't much 106,000 women lost their jobs. And there really hasn't been any explanation as to why 106,000 black women lost their jobs in April. But on the converse, men in the month of April, black men gained 48,000 jobs. So there were 48,000 black men who were able to obtain employment, while 106,000 black women became unemployed. Now you may ask, why am I having this conversation tonight? Because this information came out on the heels of the information about social programs being slashed, people that were used to getting $500 worth of food stamps were reduced to $50 worth of food stamps. And that amount of women that lost their jobs in April actually added, I think, 4.4 to the overall employment rate of women. And I was able to find lots of articles on this on these women that lost their jobs, but there really isn't any reasoning as to why this is happening. And it's concerning. It's concerning when you say that and this is taken from Black Enterprise. A disturbing trend was identified in the latest information from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Among the findings, the report disclosed that the jobless rate for black women rose to 6.1% in April, a full percentage point from 5.1. So it actually added a full percentage point to black women's overall numbers in unemployment. It went from 5.1 to 6.1 because of this 106,000 black women that lost their jobs. And it says, in contrast, the unemployment rate for white women in April was 3.3%, unchanged from March, and 4.6% for Hispanic women, same as March. Women in other groups generally do not face racial and gender discrimination like black women, a factor in the jobless rate discrepancy. For perspective, the jump for black women was among the highest of any group and much greater than the unchanged overall 4.2% nationwide unemployment rate for last month. Black women saw their unemployment climb by 106,000 women in April. According to the digital platform HBCU Money, the number of black women employed is at a 5-month low, and the number of unemployed is at a 5-month high. Concurrently, the overall black employment rate rose to 6.3% in April from 6.2% in March. 106,000 black women added a full percentage rate to black women's unemployment rate from 5.1 in March to 6.1 in April. And that 106,000 women also rose the overall unemployment rate for black people by 0.1, which doesn't sound like much, but it is a lot in terms of population. This reflected the third straight monthly rise and the highest surge since January. For black men, unemployment in April was 5.6, which was down from 6.1% in March. The BLS reported that the overall economy added 177,000 jobs in April. The unusual nature of this increase in black women's unemployment is a testament to and a direct result of the anti-DEI and anti-black focus on the new administration's policies, he says. And this was William Michael Cunningham, an economist and owner of Creative Investment Research. That's what he had to say. This is demonstrably damaging to the black community, something we have never seen before. For black women, Cunningham says the latest numbers show that those seeking work are not finding jobs, making gaining unemployment more difficult for them. He added that black women losing DEI roles in federal government jobs, fueled by Trump-led policies, juggernaut, impact them because their joblessness is growing. Those women are also purportedly to account for a larger share of federal employee roles that have fallen in the last 3 months as the Trump regime has acted to cut the workforce. The BLS report disclosed that federal government employment fell by 9,000 people in April and is down by 26,000 federal employees since January. 9,000 federal employees lost their jobs in April. And that added to the number, which is 26,000 people have become unemployed within the federal government since January. It continues. Based on another report, minorities are frequently discharged first from jobs when the economy declines. Andre Perry, senior fellow at the Brookings Institutions, has stated the layoffs at the federal level, where Black people are more represented, the impacts of the tariffs, particularly on small businesses that hire Black women, and just the overall use of DEI as a slur, which may be contributing to a lack of hiring of Black women. All of these factors are probably at play. Further, Cunningham says less work in sectors like retail and hospitality that generally employ a high number of Black women could also be feeling more joblessness for their group. This creates a double whammy for the Black community because the localized economic impact in major cities results in a decline in hotel stays, meals eaten at restaurants, and less business activity in industries heavily populated by Black workers. In recent years, scores of Black women have started their own businesses at a brisk pace, with unemployment cited as one of the reasons why. Also, possibly facing larger unemployment rates, Black women have shifted to entrepreneurship to generate their own income, anchor their livelihoods, and use business ownership to gain more career control. And that's how that article ended. So basically, Black Enterprise says that there's lots of different factors in play for why these women have lost their jobs, mainly within the federal workforce, but in all sectors, all demographics. The Black women layoffs are the most across all demographics of people. So I will ask, I didn't have a poll when I started the show, but now I have a poll. Is DEI the cause of the rise of Black female unemployment? Is DEI the cause of the rise of Black female unemployment? What do you all say? Why did 106,000 Black women lose their jobs in the month of April, while 48,000 Black men were able to gain employment? Is this, I'm going to ask this question. Nobody has brought this up, but I'm going to ask this question. Is this a direct result of the fiasco of Black Lives Matter? Is the rise of black women's unemployment a direct correlation of the fiasco of Black Lives Matter? What do you all think? I'm 21 minutes into the show. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share this video out. Subscribe to the page. Join in the conversation. We're talking about black women and how 106,000 black women joined the ranks of the unemployed in April, just 1 month. In 30 days, 106,000 black women lost their jobs. And I asked, what's going on, TMI? And I asked, is DEI the cause of the rise of black female unemployment? And one vote, yes. So I'll ask this question again. I ask this question every time when I bring up Trump. Is Donald Trump dismantling the rise of the black woman? And is this a direct correlation of Black Lives Matter? Nobody has thought about that. Is this people striking back at the fiasco of Black Lives Matter? I think it's a direct correlation. DEI, all those DEI initiatives and all that stuff came on the heels of Black Lives Matter. So is Donald Trump destroying the black woman's power base that was created by DEI? Is that what Donald Trump is doing? Because there was a black women's power base that was created because of the effect of Black Lives Matter. It hasn't been looked at from that point of view. But there was a power base that was created for black women because of Black Lives Matter. Is Donald Trump destroying that power base? Are these actions that happened in April directly related to Black Lives Matter? What do you all think? What do you all think? And how will these 106,000 black women losing their jobs affect society? Black society. from a black male's point of view, some black men will say Donald Trump is restoring black males' authority on the family. Could it be looked at from that lens? Is Donald Trump giving back power to the black man? Is that what Donald Trump is doing? I'm asking these questions because I want you all to think about these situations that are going on. Because 106,000 black women losing their job should ring an alarm. This should be something that's being talked about on a daily basis. 106,000 people losing their job in 1 month should be an alarm. Especially if it's one demographic. I would say that combined between the other demographics, let's ask ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT. Hello? It's going okay. Hold on for 1 second. I need to cut the speaker off. Why is this not coming through the speakers? I have to come back to you, ChatGPT. Gotta figure this out. Okay. Hey, ChatGPT. Can you tell me 106,000 African American women lost their jobs in April? Combined between all the other demographics, does it equal to more or less than that 106,000 women? Can you get that information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics for the month of April 2025? Okay, they don't have the specific data, but 177,000 jobs were gained in April, while 106,000 black women lost their jobs. So I think it's safe to say that all the other demographics combined was less than 106,000 black women that lost their jobs because the numbers stayed steady across all other demographics. The only demographic that had a rise in unemployment was African American women. All other demographics gained employment. The only demographic that had a negative number of losses in individuals that were employed that became unemployed was black women. 106,000 black women. It added a complete percentage point to the percentages of black women unemployed. It went from 5.1 in March to 6.1 in April. as well, it raised the overall black population's unemployment rate by a tenth. So it went from 6.2 to 6.3, which doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot. And I'm saying, on the heels of President Trump saying that social programs are going to be cut, and they were cut immediately because a lot of people's food stamps were sliced. So being that all these people's money will be sliced, as well as states, unemployment is a joke. Unemployment insurance is a joke. And the reason I say that is, if you're employed for 3 to 5 years at one organization and you lose a job, you should be entitled to more than 12 weeks of unemployment. That is crazy. When, for a black person, the average time, I don't want to give bad numbers. What is the average time for a African American person that is unemployed? What's the average time frame of them getting a job once they lost a job, in months? Six months. What will 12 weeks of unemployment do for someone when the average time to obtain another job is 6 months? Six months. 12 weeks. And that's here in Kentucky. And I know it's lower in Maryland and Virginia because they tried to give me Maryland unemployment. But since I had changed my residency to Kentucky, I was able to get Kentucky. Unemployment in Maryland was like 6 weeks, and it was like $100 a week. So all these federal employees that lost jobs in Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, what are the periods of unemployment insurance that people are afforded once they lose a job? Mrs. Nile, correct. Hold on. Okay. Washington, D.C. Oh, they changed this. Okay, Washington, D.C.'s unemployment benefits are you can get unemployment insurance for 26 weeks, which is 6 months. It's the same in Maryland, and it's the same in Virginia. What is the unemployment insurance time frame in Kentucky?
According to Kentucky Career Center, depending on your benefit tier, at the time you file your claim, you will only be eligible to receive between 6 weeks and 24 weeks of benefit.
Y'all heard that. And the reason that it can be 24 weeks of unemployment is if you're able to get into some type of workforce program, training program, or something like that. They will give, if you get into a training program or some type of college workforce program, they'll give you an additional 8 weeks. That is crazy. Why isn't unemployment insurance for a complete year? You put money, you pay to the unemployment insurance fund every month, every year, 52 weeks. I think it should go according to how long you've been employed. because 12 weeks of unemployment is insane. Juggernaut said COVID changed that. What did COVID change? Unemployment insurance? That may be the reason why I went back, because I know that when I left Maryland, because if it was 26 weeks, I would have took unemployment in Maryland, where I was a resident before I started working remote and moved to Kentucky, across the road from Cincinnati. What are these 106,000 black women going to do? What are these women going to do? And as they said, there aren't a lot of service industry jobs now. A lot of women could go bartend, could go wait, and things like that. Those positions aren't there. This is, I mean, it's, to me, when I heard that, alarm went off in my head, because what are they going to do? Section 8 is ending in 24 months, 23 months now. Section 8 will be ending. What are these? So Section 8 is ending. Social programs are being slashed, and 106,000 women lost their jobs in April. Now, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. And really, they have until October to really find a job, because lots of companies don't really do a lot of hiring in the last quarter. The closer you get to December, companies slow down on recruitment. I know this. I've been a recruitment manager. October, November, and December are cleanup months. It's when you do all of your administrative stuff. Now, there are positions that you'll still be recruiting, but hiring goes to a standstill because companies don't know what their budget is going to be for the next year yet. They really don't know what the budget is going to be until March of the next year. That's why a lot of companies give their bonuses in March, because by the end of the first quarter, the budget is in place. The budget is by the first quarter, the budget is in. Bonuses are given in March. So a lot of these women that lost their jobs in April may not be able to get a job until 2026. What is 12 weeks of unemployment going to do for someone that it generally takes 6 months to get a job? Juggernaut said, he said ain't no more money. The government said all the money is gone. They were saying all the money was gone while they were sending millions to Ukraine. We're 39 minutes into the show. This is going to be a short show. It's not going to be a 2-hour show. And I knew that when I started the show, but this is something that I really wanted to talk about. Christmas is going to be crazy this year. Christmas is going to be crazy this year. And I wonder how many of those 106,000 women that lost their jobs are single mothers, mothers from families that are dependent upon that paycheck. I know several people that lost their jobs in the federal government purge of DEI. And I'm going to ask this question again. Is what's going on a direct result of the Black Lives Matter fiasco? BLM. BLM is like a slur now. You say BLM in some places, people look at you like you're crazy. What do you all think? Is it just DEI initiatives? The ending of DEI initiatives, is that the reason that 106,000 Black women lost their jobs? Why did 106,000 Black women lose their jobs and no other demographic, even Black men? Black men obtained 480,000, 48,000. Black men gained how many new jobs in the month of April 2025? 48,000 new jobs. You all don't see, nobody sees anything funny about this? Nobody sees anything funny about 106,000 Black women losing their jobs and no other demographic had negative numbers in job losses for the month of April? Nobody. What's going on, Hurt? Nobody sees anything crazy about that. Nobody sees anything crazy about 106,000 Black women losing their jobs in April. Why April? Why April? Is that because the new fiscal year? I mean, the first quarter ends in April? Is that why all these women, the end of the first quarter is the end of April. The second quarter starts in May. Why did 106,000 women lose their jobs in the month before the second quarter starts? It's a lot of people off the books. It's a lot of people off the books. That's a lot of mothers off the books. That's a lot of people who are caring for parents. That's a lot of single income families that just lost the income in their family. A lot of women lost their jobs to take care of their parents, that are taking care of their grandparents. Nobody sees anything crazy about this. This is just not even they put the numbers out and it hasn't even been talked about in the news. They didn't say what job. The job profession that lost the most jobs in all is federal government workers. Federal government workers, which were roughly 10% of those numbers. 10% of those people were federal workers in the Maryland, Virginia, and DC, the DMV area. Camille said, it's very sad. It's more than sad. Hold on. Yeah, federal workers, 9,000 and something. There's a lot of families where the woman makes more money than the man. Especially in the DMV region. There's a lot of six-figure black women that lost their jobs. Those are the numbers I want to know. Those are the numbers that I want to know. There's a lot of six-figure women that lost their jobs in April. And people aren't even talking about this. Camille said, hopefully some of these women have savings to help. I hope they do. Because that, I'll be honest with you, I have been unemployed a year. I have been unemployed a year. And the saving grace that got me to where I am at now is my savings. The money that I had saved to be a down payment on my house and my severance package. I've been out of work for a year. I have only had I've interviewed with 3 companies in a year. 3. All 3 of those job interviews that I had, I made it to the final interview. And all 3 of those jobs, after the final interview, I knew I wasn't getting the job. All 3 of these jobs that I interviewed in the last year, I was overqualified for. And I was taking less money, drastically less money, that I made in the last 10 years. So I can say it's rough. And if they don't have savings, it's a terrible situation. I didn't really think that it was going to be a lot of people that watch this show because people don't want to talk about the real life problems. You know, we can talk about funny men this, the women that. This is the stuff that we need to talk about. This is an adult conversation that there should be 30 people in here, 40 people in here. There should be more than 4 people in here. But nobody's worried. No, this is something that it's not being publicized in the news and people aren't even worried about it. I'm worried about it. Because and I'm being and I don't want to sound facetious when I say this, because you can't go stripping, because men are not going to the strip clubs. I've seen plenty of videos about strippers talking about they're not making no money because men are not going to the strip clubs. So there's professions that women go into when there's times are hard, you can make some quick cash, but that's not even there because men are not going to strip clubs. And that's a bad example, but I'm just that's an example. People aren't going out to eat. So servers aren't making money that they were making. Where are these black women going to get jobs at? We're 51 minutes into the show. Hit the like button. That's what helps me grow this channel. I was hurt yesterday because I had 20 people in my show yesterday and I got 8 likes. And I know that there were a lot of people that support me that didn't hit that like button. It don't cost nothing. All you got to do is click it. That is what helps me grow my channel. The comments and laughing and us joking, that's all good. And that helps me grow too. But hit the like button for me. That's what really helps me grow my page, is you hitting the like button. Hit the dislike button. Hit the like button. Because if you hit the dislike button, then I know you didn't like that topic and I won't do that topic again. But hit the like button. That is what helps me grow this page. You don't have to share the videos out. Subscribe to me, but hit the like button. It's click. Yeah, I was figuring I was gonna get a bunch. Yesterday's show was the ladies was. I mean, that was disrespectful to the ladies not to hit the like button. I don't want to disrespect. Man, yeah, hit the like button for me. But what are these ladies gonna do? What are these ladies? I'm 106,000 women lost their jobs in 1 month. All of those 106,000 women aren't going to get jobs in the next 6 months. And another thing that people really aren't talking about in this whole conversation is that it's a target on college educated. Everything that Donald Trump is doing is an attack on college educated black people. Because those are the people that are unemployed. Those are the people that have to make decisions on, I'm gonna have to go work in this warehouse. I'm gonna have to go work at McDonald's. I'm gonna have to go serve tables. I'm gonna have to go bartend. The people that are making these decisions about taking those jobs are college educated people. And that's why Donald Trump says that education don't matter. Your education don't matter when it comes to federal work. You all don't see this stuff. You all don't see that this is these 106,000 black women losing their jobs is an attack on college educated black people. Y'all don't see this? Y'all don't see this? You all don't see Donald Trump devaluing the value of a college degree? He's been devaluing degrees since he came in office. You all don't see, y'all not watching, y'all not seeing this attack on educated black people. I see it. I can guarantee you this. We don't know what industries they were in, but I can guarantee you there wasn't a lot of people in service industry jobs that lost their jobs. That I can guarantee. That I can guarantee. It wasn't a lot of people that have service industry jobs that made a large portion of those 106,000 black women that lost their jobs across the country. And that's what I said, YWG. That's exactly what I said. A black female powered paradigm was created because of BLM. Black women got a lot of power because on the heels of BLM is when all those DEI initiatives and all those DEI, all of that stuff came on the back of BLM. Donald Trump is attacking all of those. He's attacking that power paradigm that was created by BLM. You all don't see the playbook. You all don't see that playbook. A 106,000 people of any denomination, of any color, is a cause for alarm and a need for discussion. But 106,000 black women is 106,000 black women losing their jobs is a 1,000 alarms going off. Because many, like I said, many of these black women that lost their jobs are the breadwinners of their families, even in families where they have significant others. Because a lot of these women, I've already said it, a lot of these were six-figure women. A lot of these were people in higher income positions that lost these jobs. Black America says service, and I disagree. Some service jobs make just as an ed. No, I don't agree with that, Black America. Service industry jobs, you can make a lot of money in management, but in overall, no, service jobs don't make as much money as degree positions. Nah. Wow, Black America said that these 106,000 women losing their jobs isn't going to affect anything. Do you all agree with that? I disagree with that too, Black America. How is 106,000 people not going to affect black economy? Like I said, a lot of these black women, they are the breadwinners in their families. There are service industry jobs that you can make figures, like being a garbage man and things like that. But that's not a service job. That's not a service job that we're talking. When you say service jobs, I'm thinking of barbacks, bartenders, waitresses, cooks. Now, when you talk about chefs, managers, things of that nature. Yeah, but in the overall scheme of things, no. A team of people that work at McDonald's is not going to make more than a team of people that work in a factory or even in a Fortune 500 company. YWG said the Republicans play the long game. I mean, yeah, I'm Vegas. But in an overall scheme of things, how many bartenders in Vegas? What's the population of bartenders in Vegas as opposed to the overall population? Yeah, I would say, yeah, bartenders in Vegas make a lot of money because it's Vegas. All bartenders across America aren't making what bartenders in Vegas are making. And I would say that bartenders in Vegas aren't making that much money now because I see videos of empty casinos in Vegas. I think it's hurting everybody. The Republicans play the long game. You just have to look it down the road and pay attention to exactly. There was a reason that all these women lost their jobs right before the second quarter starts. That's not a mistake. What I'm saying is there was intent. There was intent in 106,000 black women losing their jobs in April. And if you don't think there was intent, then man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't look at 106,000 people losing their jobs as intent, then what is, I mean, Black America said the casinos are never empty. I don't know, man. Dark Star. We missed you, Dark Star. Where you been at? We missed you last night, Dark Star. We missed you last night, Dark Star. Dark Star, how do you feel about what do you Dark Star, what do you think was the intent of 106,000 black women losing their jobs in April, right before the second quarter starts? YWG said they were targeted. $106,000 in anything is cause for alarm. Wow. YWG said Dope 45 doesn't like the fact that on paper he looks very slow in the head compared. Salute, Black America. 15. So Black America, you a bail man in Vegas. I know you're making six figures, man. Salute to you, brother. Salute to the Portman Porters. Yeah. Salute to all bail men across America. Y'all are a reflection of the Portman Porters. I'm gonna have to do a show about that. So yeah, salute to you, Black America. But yeah, I know you making some good money. You a bail man in Vegas? Yeah, come on, man. You getting a whole bunch of $100, $200 handshakes, $1,000 handshakes. Dark Star says she was one of the 106,000. Dark Star says she's one of the 106,000. We have other people that are in the MA family that were unfortunately let go in this Doge crackdown. Oh, an alarm should be America said 106,000 out of 23 million people is nothing. Do you all agree with that? Do you all agree with that? That's a very Darwinian outlook on that. Only the strong survive. So 106,000 people is, we just supposed to just sit by and just watch 106,000 people. I want to know what y'all think about what Black America said. 106,000 people, 106,000 black women losing their jobs out of 23 million people ain't nothing. That's what my man said. $106,000. Look at how many are over the age of 40. Black America says, that ain't nothing. Black America. Because of that 106,000 black women that lost their jobs, black female unemployment went from 5.1 in the month of March to 6.1. That 106,000 people that you say means nothing raised the unemployment rate for black women a whole point. But come on, man. Come on. You don't really believe that. You don't believe that. You don't believe that. Dark Star said, look at the increase in the number of black homeless women. The women's shelters here in the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area are filled to capacity. They're filled to capacity. They're filled to capacity, and social programs are being cut. So it's not going to grow. The bedrooms and women, they're not going to grow because social programs are being cut. Section 8 is ending in 2 years. Social programs are being cut, and 106,000 women just lost their jobs in 1 month. I got to go back to this. I wish I could freeze. Right now, I wish I could just freeze that up there. Yeah, black people are only 12. I said that we're only 12% of the population, but we are number one in unemployment across the board. How is that? How can you only be 12% of the population of a place, but you're number one in unemployment? Make that make sense. And I'm gonna say this again. Make no mistakes about it. 106,000 black women losing their jobs in 1 month is intentional. It's intentional. Black America said, I most certainly do. If they had husbands, they wouldn't have to worry about it. Start living life, not a lifestyle. I would say some of these women do have husbands. I don't think it's 100 and, but like I said, there's a lot of single mothers in that 106,000. And there's a lot of women that do have husbands, but they're the breadwinner. You got to take that into account, Black America. Some of these women that lost their jobs were the breadwinners in their relationships. Dark Star said, Black America, many black women are widows and single mothers. Black America, Black America, do you think, you're not going to think that because you said service people make as much as educated people. So do you think that these 106,000 women losing their jobs is an attack on college educated black women? Do you think that? Do you think that? Camille said, you don't know if they have husbands or not. YWG said, I don't believe that myth that we are only 12 to 13% of the population. That's just a tool they use to keep us insignificant. This is why they attacking our vote. And that's what and I made a comment. I made a comment on that. And basically, before you came in, YWG, I said, could this be an attack on the black female power structure? And on the other side, can this be Donald Trump giving the black man power back in the family? These are things that we have to look. We can't just look at it we have to look at it from all points of views. Is this Donald Trump giving the black man back his power? Is that what this is? Juggernaut said they lied to us from the beginning about how strong. What is Donald Trump doing? Because these are his policies that are creating all of this movement. Hmm? You talking about the 106,000 black women, Dark Star? Black America said Trump doesn't care about black men. He cares about convicts. He gives them pardons. I guess that's if you can buy $1 million plate at a dinner. And Black America said, nah, he doesn't know if they're married or not. Dark Star said maybe, okay, I'm not sure what numbers these are for, Dark Star, but you said 6% is FBAs, the rest are first and second generation foreign born. YWG said he mentioned this before on the show, but Thump ain't that smart. It is unintentional consequences every time I don't think so, man. I'm not going to say that. He may not be, but he's got smart people around him. And what I'm saying, man, is I look at what he's doing as I look at what Donald Trump is doing as an attack on college educated individuals. He's trying to devalue the education that we got student loans that we're paying for. And like I said before, there were a lot of people who got their student loans released. I feel slighted. I think that I'm going to start a class action lawsuit that everybody should get their student loans released if you graduated from college. Because a lot of people got their, I'm thinking like, man, was this some funny business about who got their loans released and who did it? Black America said, did us as educated black men lose their jobs? So it's not against the educated, it's against wasteful, useless. Come on. 106,000 black women lose their jobs, and you say it's all wasteful, useless jobs? Come on, Black America. Come on, Black America. You can't you saying stuff that I know you don't believe it. You're trying to be the contrarian tonight, and that's a good thing. We need contrarians. Yeah, about 1% got their loans released, and then all of us need to get our loans released. All of us. So Dark Star, you're saying I don't believe that Dark Star. Dark Star, you're saying of those 106,000 black women that lost, so they're not black women. So you're saying that 106,000 black women, only 6% were FBAs, and the other 100,000 women were first and second generation foreign born. Come on, Dark Star. Come on, Dark Star. You don't believe that. Y'all saying some crazy stuff tonight. Y'all saying some crazy stuff tonight. What's going on, Scorpio? What's going on, Scorp Mama? I said Scorp. What's going on, Scorp? Come on, Dark Star. You can't believe that only 6% of those they would if it was 6 they wouldn't have said 106,000 black women. If only 6% were FBAs and 94% are first and second born. No, come on, Dark Star. You don't believe. Come on, Dark Star. No, Dark Star. No. If those are the numbers you're talking about, I could be wrong. I'm not. I think this might be a conversation that's going on in the chat, but no. If that's the numbers you're talking about, no, Dark Star. No, Dark Star. Juggernaut said from his understanding, you had to be current on paying your loan. You had to be in good standing with your. Hey, man, that's more trickery. That's what that is. Oh, hell no, hell no, Dark Star. Where are you getting these numbers from, Dark Star? Dark Star, where are you getting these numbers from? No, Dark Star. No, we don't. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I don't buy that, Dark Star. Oh, everybody, we gonna flood your live tomorrow, Sport Mama. We gonna flood your live at 6 o'clock. We gonna flood your. This is Score's first live tomorrow night. Yeah, we gonna flood your show tomorrow, Score. But no, Dark Star. No, Dark Star. No. grandson, he's going to the Navy. Okay, yeah, we're going to go over and we're going to thank him for his service that he's about to give us by joining the Navy. Yeah, we're gonna flood your life tomorrow, Darkstar. I mean, Sport. But we got, on one hand, we have Black America who says that these 106,000 black women losing their jobs, it's water under the bucket. And as well, he said that the jobs that these 106,000 black women had were useless, wasteful jobs. We don't. I don't agree with that, Black America. Oh, Scorp, we with you, Scorp. We with you. Come on now, we with you. But no, let's be 106,000 black women losing their jobs. Alarm bell should be ringing. It means something. It means something, Black America, because it's intentional. The timing of it is intentional. 106,000 black women got laid off in April, which is the last month of the first quarter. That lets you know it's intentional. Those were numbers off of books. 10% of this 100,000 were federal workers in the DMV area. That's, like I said, 106,000 women losing their jobs is crazy. It's crazy. You know it's intentional. It's intentional because 106,000 black women lost their jobs and 48,000 black men got jobs. That lets you know it's intentional. And I'm asking, is he attacking college-educated black women, or is he empowering black men to take back control of the family? That is my question. That's the question. It's intentional. It's intentional that these women lost their jobs. And I'm hurt. I'm hurt by the fact that it happened. Because I know that there are going to be adverse effects from these women losing their jobs. Now, 48,000 in April, 48,000 black men gained jobs in April. No, Darkstar, where are you getting these numbers from, Darkstar? Black women's population is low. Many of the You can't say Darkstar. No, Darkstar. There's more women than men. Darkstar, Darkstar, where you getting these numbers at? Darkstar said black women's pop. Oh, I gotta go down because Darkstar said black women's population is low. Many of those black babies born are killed or incarcerated before. No, hell no, Darkstar. Where you get Darkstar? Where are you getting these numbers at? Where are you getting these numbers at, Darkstar? No, 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 Darkstar. No, Dark Star. No, Dark Star. No, Dark Star. No, no. When I went to college, Dark Star, it was 18 women for one man. For every one man in college. It was 18 women to one man in college. You can't say black women's population is low. No. Black women outnumber men on college campuses across America. No, 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 Dark Star. I don't know where those numbers came from. No. Black women's population is not low. There's more black women than men. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But 106,000 black women losing jobs this is something that should be being talked about in the news. It's going to have adverse effects on families. Some of these women aren't going to get jobs until 2026. Because the state of Maryland cannot hire all of those federal employees that lost their jobs. And I gotta commend, we talk bad about the governor of Maryland. We talk bad about him in regards to his outlook on reparations. But we gotta commend him because they are hiring a lot of those federal workers that lost their jobs. He can't hire all of them. I guarantee you Virginia ain't hiring no whole bunch of federal workers that lost their jobs. With the decline of social programs and the ending of Section 8, there are adverse reactions that are going to happen later on down the road because of these 106,000 black women losing their jobs. It's going to be adverse reactions. There's going to be a lot of homeless women with children. I already know it is. I already know it is. I already know it is. Darkstar said, wait and see how. I already know. I already know. Wait and see how bad it gets for blacks in America over the next year. That's why I'm trying to leave. If they don't want you somewhere, leave. They don't want us here. 106,000 women lost their jobs, and nobody even cares. Just hit the refresh button. Hit the refresh button, Dark Score. Hit the refresh button. YWG said, Dark Star, we are going to be all right because we are used to the struggle. Nah, man, I'm tired of the struggle. That's something I don't want to be used to. I don't want to be used to that. What are these women? What are these women gonna do? Black America said we should just watch them just fall to the wayside. 106,000 women in relation to 23 million, 23 billion, 230 billion. I mean, whatever the case. He said it's a small drop in the bucket. Oh, you're not gonna see it, Dark. You're not gonna see it, Scorpio, because you can't subscribe to yourself. Put the link to your page in the chat, so people can go check your page out. The stuff you've been making. Put your link in the chat. Put your link in the chat so everybody can go click on it. Yeah, Scorp, you always putting everybody else's links in the chat. Put your link in the chat so they can go to your page. Nobody is y'all. I don't know. I'm trying to get y'all to look at this for what it is. It's an attack. It's an attack. It's an attack. Hold on, where's Scorp? Scorp, I see your subscribe button. The subscribe button is all right. We're gonna put Scorp's link in the chat. Yeah, go over and check Scorp Mom's page out. Yeah, go over and check Scorp Mom's page out. Juggernaut said once they can figure out how to control the money flow, segregation will be in full. Segregation is already done now. All you gotta do is look at gerrymandering. They can only gerrymander and change districts because they know where the black people are. They already got it segregated. It's just some black people can live where the white people live at. But for the most part, that's how they know where the police at. They know where most of the ninjas is. So that's where they put the police at. And they know this information through census information, census bureau, census statistics, census tracts. Census tracts tell you where everybody lives at. So that way, they know where the police. They know where the police. Yeah. We had a poll tonight. Is DEI the cause of the rise of black female unemployment? 73% say yes, 27% say no. DEI is the cause of the rise of black female unemployment. Because like I said, all those DMI programs are getting shut down and people are getting severance packages. We'll see. We'll see. What work is that? Speak on that. Speak on that, YWG. Look at the work they are planning. What work are they planning in Atlanta? I'm not hip. I need you to school me. I haven't heard about what's going on in the A. If anybody's gonna know what's going on in the A, that would be Juggernaut. What's going on in the A, Juggernaut? But yeah, there's going to be consequences to 106,000 black women losing their jobs, contrary to what Black America thinks. Black America, he may not still be in here. He may have left. I wish he was still in here because I like talking to Black America. I'm gonna have to go check his page out. Black America, because I want to see where his thought pattern is. Juggernaut deleted somebody's comment. What happened, man? What's up? What did dude say, Jug? Jug deleted, man. You deleted. Jug delete. What did he do? What did Black America say, Jug? He only. Black America might not be black. I mean, white women benefit from DEI, but white women didn't get fired from their DEI jobs. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm not gonna say. I work in HR. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm gonna keep that to myself. I will say this. DEI didn't do anything good for me because DEI was not for black men. You got black men complaining about DEI didn't do nothing for them. DEI was not meant for black men. Let's be 100% clear about that. DEI was not for black men. Atlanta's being gentrified. ATL is a Democratic stronghold. Get blacks out of ATL, stay. Yeah. I don't know what Black America said to Jug, but Jug deleted everything my man said. Get him up through. Hey, you piss off the moderators fight back. No, you good. If he said something disrespectful, man, get him out. You ain't got to, man. Hey, but dang, man. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said to set you off, but I went to go to his channel. I was able to still go to his channel, but yeah, I don't know if he was black. Darkstar said DEI wasn't for black people, period. I know it wasn't for black men. I do know that. I'm not going to say it wasn't for black. It was for black women. Yeah. They can gentrify all they want to. Ain't enough just like they tried to gentrify the black people out of DC. You ain't enough gentrification to get the black people out of Atlanta. It won't work. Ain't enough gentrification. Ain't enough gentrification to get black people out of Atlanta. That's right, Scorp. Yeah, I'd have been. If anybody's in, I'm just know this. My moderators don't play. If you get disrespectful with the moderators, they will handle you. They will handle you. But I don't know what he said. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing out of line to me. He was kind of crazy, but with his thinking. But yeah, I don't know what he said to Jug, but yeah, Jug smacked him. But I mean, they can do that, but ain't enough gentrification to gentrify black people out of Atlanta. It is not. It's not. Black people are entrenched in Atlanta like black people are entrenched in DC. Some of them people in DC, they not selling their houses for that money. A lot of people sold their houses, but not all them black people gonna sell their houses because they don't want to go nowhere. They want to be right there in DC where they've been at all their life. You know that YWG. Dark Star said DEI benefited white women, gays, and East Asians. Hey, it didn't benefit me. That I most definitely can say. DEI didn't do nothing for me, just like BLM didn't do nothing for me. And DEI and all that stuff came in under BLM. And that's why all that stuff is being taken up out of there. That's why all that stuff is being taken up out of there. We're an hour and 42 minutes into the show. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Like I said, yeah, my feelings was hurt last night because, yeah, all my friends and stuff was in the chat, and y'all didn't hit the like button. It was like y'all had y'all just didn't hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm going to start cutting. All of these other people, they be cussing people out, telling them hit the like button, and they be hitting. Maybe I need to start cussing people out, telling y'all to hit the like. I'm not like that. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. You give ATL 10 years. Yeah, 70% of HB. Now I most definitely know that because I deal in that space. 70% are Indians. About 10% are Africans. But yeah, Indians make up the bulk of H-1B recipients coming into America on work visas. Jug, yeah, man, Jug over bouncing people up out of here, man. I don't know what he said to Jug, but yeah, Jug took offense, put him on his roller skates. Thank you, Squirt Mama. I try to be. I try to be. I try to be. I'll let y'all say the bad stuff. Y'all know I cue it up, y'all spit it out. I'm joking. Yeah, but yeah, hit that like button. I'm gonna start cussing people out. Hit the like, mother. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, I think it's a serious situation and that's the reason I want to have this conversation tonight is because I feel it's a serious situation because these weren't blue collar. What people aren't understanding is this was 106,000 mainly white collar positions. Mainly white collar positions. White collar positions. Doge was cutting, yeah. I'm sorry because yeah, a lot of my friends in the DMV area were affected by these layoffs. These are people that got car payments, house payments. It ain't no, I can't imagine because I am not a homeowner. But I can't imagine the anxiety that I would be going through knowing that I got a house payment due, but I don't have a job. An apartment, that's two different, but a house, I got a house payment coming up and I don't have a job. And my savings is gone. And my severance package is spent up. There are no social services that are going to be able to help these people. That's right, Score. That's right. Get them in line, Score. But yeah, what are these ladies gonna do? They've already said that there aren't a lot of service industry jobs. Now, those cuts do include the feds that are black women. Yeah, 9,000 of them. 9,000 of those black women were fed workers. Roughly 10%. Roughly 10%. But since January, 28,000 black women have lost their jobs within the federal government. Since January, 28,000 black women have lost their jobs. I don't know what to say. YWG said a house is better because you can't sell them. You can see it. I guess if you lose your job, you can sell your house, get the equity in it or whatever. But it's a rough situation for them 106,000 black women that lost their job. There's going to be adverse reactions to these ladies losing their jobs. For real.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
I thought this was a very important topic that needed to be discussed. Because anytime 106,000 individuals in one population of people lose their jobs, it's concerning. Tell your grandson he be alright. He young. He a young mule. That's what you're supposed to do. Work. They are going to have to. Some of those women are married. What are these ladies going to do?
Lab Addicts Music Group.
We discussed this tonight. And it's concerning. It's very concerning that 106,000 black women lost their jobs. There will be adverse things that are coming down the line because of this. Some of these ladies aren't going to be able to get a job in 2025. Unemployment only lasts 12 weeks in most places, which is another story in itself. We will be keeping updates on the unemployment numbers to see what happens in the upcoming months. As well, we will be watching as time goes these women. Hopefully, a lot of them will be able to get jobs, but we know that all of them aren't going to get jobs.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
I think we need to be thinking now about what we're going to do to help these ladies, because they're going to need help. They're going to need help.
Music Group.
And this was the first conversation of many that we will be talking about the plight of the black woman, the plight of the black family, the plight of the black man, the plight of Americans, poor people, poor white people. We're not just talking about black people. It's rich against the poor. And anytime 106,000 people are taken out of the economy, there will be other things coming down the line. But we here for it. We will be watching, and I will be reporting. This your boy Maas. Tomorrow night is Friday. It's the sex show. So y'all already know. Tomorrow, it's time to wind down. So get your gonads together. Get your ovaries together. Because, yeah, we're going back to the nasty talk tomorrow night. This your boy Maas. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Lab Addicts Music Group.